Hello everyone, and welcome to another CG Lookback. And before we start this CG Lookback, this video is sponsored by water. Water! You don't have a fucking choice. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about CG Folka. And also... Alright. That's basically one of my best favorite intros I've ever done. Today we're going to be talking about Folka, and Folka, I gotta admit, she is one of the units I was the most excited about. Water Veritas is, and still is, one of my favorite units in the entire game, you guys. Honestly, when it came to Water Veritas, she was never that useful, never really that powerful, but I loved her sprite, I loved her animations, and when she came out of the armor, oh my god, was she beautiful. Anyway. So today we're going to take a look at them. First, her animations are super nice. They put a lot of quality. They look really great. And of course, this Limit Burst animation, voiced by a famous Japanese voice actress who I cannot remember the name of for the life of me. Bad form, I know. Long story short, I love her little water sprites, although they gotta be getting close to a kind of a, copyright from the Pokemon company. Anyway, Folka's really cute, if not a little bit ditzy, but we're not going to hold that against her. So, what is specifically about her? Well, first of all, there are a lot of units out there who can get, high MP totals. Rem comes to mind, for instance. But nobody beats Folka. Folka's MP is absolutely disgusting. The amount of MP she stacks very, very quickly from just building her is insane. You can get so much MP that you can basically be casting as many of her expensive abilities as you want per turn, which you can only do 2, but still, the point is you can basically use anything and she can have enough natural MP regeneration that she gets it all back. Honestly, MP draining this girl is really difficult. Not impossible, but really difficult. She also has powerful healing. She's a healer. Shouldn't really be any surprise. Can prevent... Ooh. Water. It's everywhere. She can also prevent any status effect. And now when I say prevent, she is not immune per se on turn 1 for everyone. But she does have the ability on the first turn to basically give everyone 5 turn protection from everything, including stop and charm. And that is very powerful. That is very powerful. Now, preemptive enemies can suck it here because you know what? They're annoying and nobody likes them and they smell funny. But, honestly, Folka does have a really good support kit, too. She also has an interesting water support kit. Not only can she give water resistance, it's kind of interesting that she can do buffing for water magic abilities, too. Folka does have some partners with anyone who can chain flood. As a matter of fact, it came to mind very recently now that Golbez is out with a powerful water chaining ability that is magic-based, that Folka has an extra place on, and a really strong place on a team with double Golbez, or a Golbez and a Flood user. As a matter of fact, Lulu could also be on there, so it's super nice. Folka has a powerful limit burst, but she has the ability to basically sacrifice her limit burst to either give a lot of MP to one unit or a lot of MP to multiple units. 180 MP AoE is a massive amount of MP recovery and super nice. Still liking the water. Not so much the water outside. Still a typhoon. Anyway. However, her kit is missing some weird things. When Folka was announced, I got insanely excited. You can probably still go see some of the video where I'm super excited and then super disappointed because she was missing some weird things in her kit that would have been great. First of all, the weirdest thing is the fact that her limit burst, well, while it can recover 100% HP, cure all status effects, and AoE remove any debuffs including stop and charm, and give 100% water resistance. She doesn't have any natural stop or charm resistance in her kit, which, so what if you can heal it if you're just going to get hit by it? It is a real problem with Folka, and one that I'm hoping they fix, or eventually, if there's ever a super TMR that can remove stop and charm, I really want it. I will try really hard to get that super TMR. Also in her kit, while she has, a Sunaga, she doesn't have any Dispel. Now, that's becoming less of a problem lately because more and more units, and different types of units too, are getting Dispel in their kit. So you don't really need your healer to be doing Dispel anymore. She can remove any kind of debuff, which is super nice, and of course she can double cast it. And while she has full life, she has no re-raise in her kit. Why? Even a basic re-raise spell would be super nice here, so it kind of hurts that she's missing it. Now, equipping her own TMR, which I haven't talked about her TMR yet. Let's talk about her TMR, shall we? It's a limit burst fill rate of 50%, which is good because her limit burst is very expensive. 30% to Spirit and MP. That's nice. And a 5% MP recovery per turn. This is good for pretty much any healer with a strong limit burst, and most healers do have strong limit bursts, so this is just great on a whole bunch of characters. Plus that extra MP is just nice. Her Super Trust Mastery is 150 MP, 166 Spirit Staff, with an extra 30% MP because why not just overkill it? And 50% water resistance. Super TMR is great for a lot of units. That's a huge amount of MP on a staff. Really, just beautiful. Now, for equipping her own TMR, which you're going to anyway, you get 20% to Spirit, HP, Defense, and MP, all the things you want in a healer, but we're too afraid to ask for, plus 100% status effect. Again, this is super nice, and I do know why they essentially put no stop or charm resistance. Well, okay, I know why they did stop. I'm not so sure why they didn't do charm. First of all, Santa Rosalia doesn't have as big of a following as Ayaka. Ayaka users, preachers, are kind of a little bit annoying. Mainly because, she'll get replaced. And she's, Ayaka's starting to get some gray hairs. Might be time for a new unit to come along. But they basically we now have, essentially 4 different types of strong healers on the JP side, or dedicated healers. Santa Rosalia is pretty much charm prevention, and I'm speaking generally here. Fina is pretty much auto-revive. Ayaka is stop. So what is Folka? Folka is MP regeneration. Undoubtedly, her MP regeneration is insanely strong. Plus, since she has, some limit burst fill rate increases, she also builds her limit burst super fast. Even if her limit burst is a 53 maxed out limit burst crystal cost to it, it's still an incredibly strong limit burst that can be filled decently fast with all of the limit burst fill rates. Plus the fact that lots of units out there nowadays, they got that limit burst building. Water. Still good, although less cold. So, Folka, where does she have a place in the meta? Well, as some people have remarked recently, why did you do your class warfare of the healers in such a way where you didn't give an answer? Because there isn't an answer. Every healer is good for a specific fight. Same with Folka. Folka's MP regeneration and water resistance would be really good against a certain Siren, but not so good in a fight like some of the 10-man trials where they either hit you with stop or charm before you can do anything. There's really not much Folka can do in that kind of situation, and it's not necessarily fair. Folka does have a lot of great stuff in her kit, but it is also highlighted by some of the weird stuff she's missing. Not having re-raise, stop, or charm resistance does hurt her overall in the rankings. And while a lot of people will... Oh, she also has some healing and give damage reductions too. Should mention that. They're cooldown abilities. Don't worry about it. But the point is that she is a very strong healer, undoubtedly. You can build her very highly for her spirit stat, as well as you can build her very highly for MP. And she still has a strong amount of defense, although I definitely, you know, put some work into stat potting the ever-loving hell out of her. Yeah. C'est l'amour, mon ami. But yes, Folka is still one of my favorite units on the JV side, and probably will continue to be. I'll always try to find a way to get her into my party, and I figure that eventually we will see the Super Ribbon, which will probably prevent Chop? I combined Stop and Chop, as well as Berserk. I think eventually we will see that Super TMR as a, you know, on the next healer, basically. But that's the next accessory to basically go to Super TMR level. Anyway, you guys, so Folka, she's a very strong healer, but honestly, if you're going to ask me if she's the top of the healing, nobody's the top of the damn healing class. It all depends on what you're fighting. And if you don't like that, then it's probably because you can't have them all, and hey, I don't have them all either. So next time, we'll be taking a look at the Man and the Mountain. Oh wait, no, sorry, the Man who is a mountain. But needless to say, that next review won't have the delicious and wonderful sponsor of water.